Your hat was a mess. Joe's not getting in. We're not in the studio. Things are switched up. Well, because things are switched up because you are not Tony Hawk. Yeah, I'm aware that I'm not Tony Hawk. I wasn't trying to be Tony Hawk. I broke my foot on my skateboard, and yeah. So I can't get into the studio because the studio is on the second floor. So can't get there. I was there. Yeah. Well, fix your hat. Give me the hat. Jeez. I don't know what the deal is. For some reason, Joe can't get in here. I don't know. Perhaps he's in a tunnel, maybe? I don't know what's going on with Joe.
Let me do it. You don't know what you're doing. Let me get Joe.
Yeah.
Joe.
What's up?
Joe.
What's up?
Joe.
I hear ya.
The big guy was really, really late.
I know.
They know. They know I was late. Like, it's daylight savings time, and I didn't change the time on my clock. You have a phone. He's got a phone. He knew what time it was. I wasn't paying attention.
You got a point there.
Do you know why I wasn't paying attention, Joe?
You was in the car and you forgot to set your car timer.
It's because you think time is a human construct and it doesn't really exist. So you can just do whatever you want, whenever you want, and you have no regard for other people. That is not it. I was playing Loco Luchas.
Oh, Loco Luchas. Okay.
That's
we got that.
And I lost track of time. That's a reasonable excuse to you? Yes, it is. And I got coffee.
And you got coffee? Okay.
Got coffee.
Okay.
Man.
You got coffee.
Joe, what's good, my illegal brother-in-law?
Oh, nothing. I'm teaching your little buddy how to play Fortnite.
Oh, Joe, I was not aware that you played Fortnite.
It's a kids' game, so I got to say hit with the kids, you know.
Fortnite is a kid's game to you, sir?
Some kids, yeah. Some people, yeah.
I'm pretty good at Fortnite.
Oh, sweet, good.
I'm pretty good at Fortnite. At least the last time I played it. It's been a minute since I played it.
Yeah, but it's been a while since I played it too. That's why I said I gotta play Fortnite. That's what she wanted for Christmas.
I've been playing Power World.
Power World.
Yeah. It's you get these little pals. They may look similar to a Pocket Monster. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that franchise. I don't think I can say the real name. I think Nintendo might come after me if I say the abbreviated name for Pocket Monsters.
Pocket Monsters, okay.
But you are a monster. I think you can talk about whatever monsters you want to talk about. I'm not going back to court. Back to court? What did you go to court for? Did it show up in my background check? Nothing showed up in your background check. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right. So, what do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about how the foot doing first. How is the foot doing before we get into things? How's the foot doing?
Well, the foot's broken, Joe. That's how the foot's doing. It's all right. I broke my 5th metatarsal. So I don't know if you've seen the graphic I put out of what I think should probably be some merch that we drop. Outside bone in my foot.
Yeah.
I snapped it. So the graphic I put with the X-ray and the red spot, that's where I broke my bone. And the other one I put where there's the foot that's rolling, that's how my foot rolled where I broke the bone. It's not terrible. The broken foot's not terrible. It's annoying, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's created an immense amount of work for your sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mindy has had to do a lot of shit around here, Joe. You know, and she's still got a bad knee. She's got to load up my knee scooter, unload my knee scooter, give me my crutches. She set up this mobile studio for me so I can operate the living room. It's also in the mobile office, so everything I do for the website, Instagram, I have a spot.
I see that.
Since I can't get to the actual studio, so it works.
I know. I see that.
But yeah, dude, don't break your foot. It's the best
No.
advice I can give you.
Hold on.
If you're faced with the option of breaking your foot and not breaking your foot, don't break your foot.
I see that. I gotta tell somebody something real fast. Why they keep trying to call me?
You gotta tell them not to break their foot.
Yeah.
It's good advice. Not breaking your foot is always the best advice.
They trying to keep calling. There you go. All right. I had to be good now. But yeah. I remember when I hit a fun fact that I know where you're coming from. I broke my foot too one time.
When did you break your foot?
Okay, so years ago when I worked at the good old Tarjay, there was you know them blue wooden pallets? You know, them nice blue.
Yeah, the blue Chet pallets.
Yeah.
Those
Okay, so
are the good ones.
those are the good ones. So we were sitting back stacks of pallets all the time, and I was stacking one on top of each other. Then the one I stacked on top, the middle piece of the board broke off, and the pallet landed right on my right foot.
Ooh.
And it hurt it for like a brief moment. But then it was like, okay, fine. So then next couple of days, started walking around. Lucky I did an instant report when it happened. So went to see the doctor.
Your audio cut out. Now we're good. Yeah, a broken foot sucks.
Yes.
At least I broke mine having fun. You broke yours at work. So that's not a good time.
Yeah, he brought the orange juice earlier. Kids, I tell you. Girl.
So where do you want to start at for our weekend wrestling, Joe? You want to start at the beginning of the week? You want to talk Revolution, Sting's last match?
I want to talk about, this is what I'm talking about. Hold on, baby.
We want to talk about how AEW has 4 of the best professional wrestlers that have ever existed on their roster right now.
This is what I'm going to get at right there. That's where we're going to start at right now. One, let's start with that.
We're going to start with AEW right now?
We're going to start with AEW. One, I don't know how they managed to get the Rainmaker to go there. Like they made it seem like he's going to WWE when they take all his merch off of pro wrestling and everything. Like he's going there.
I mean, I think those conversations did take place. I think he was openly talking to WWE. I think there was a possibility that he would go there. I think the issue would be, I think AEW's seen more value in Kazuchika Okada than WWE seen in him. I mean, we're talking nearly what, nearly $14 million in 3 years?
4.5, 3 years.
4.5 a year. So nearly $15 million in 3 years. So you have a 3-year contract going to make nearly $15 million. And in 3 years' time, Okada's how old? 37?
30, 38.
He's not even
38.
37. He's younger than that, right?
36.
36, yeah. Cool. We got the debut of the Rainmaker. See, I can get away with doing it like this because it's going to pop up backwards. And not going to... The old goober tube won't figure out. Boom, Rainmaker right there. Boom. See that? Look at all that money. Not quite 15 million falling from the sky, but man, 3 years?
3 years.
He can do what Cody did inside of 3 years in AEW. Maybe not to the same degree, but he can make himself a more valuable player and make himself more appealing to WWE, and he can have that WrestleMania match. He'll never main event a WrestleMania, but I don't think he needs to.
I think nobody needs to actually headline WrestleMania and be a good person, star, whatever you want to call it these days. But my thing is not bashing the Rainmaker, but 4.5 million a year, like he shouldn't have came in that much high. Maybe 2 would have been reasonable, but not 4.5.
My initial instinct is that I don't know if I think Okada is. There's no way to say this for it to sound like okay, because it's not that I'm trying to put a value on someone and say there's their worth. It's not my place as a fan to really say something like that. I don't know that Tony Khan will necessarily get his return on his investment of $15 million on Okada inside of that 3 years.
He won't.
I think we're going to get great matches. I think the matches we're going to have on TV and on pay-per-view are going to be fantastic. I think that the American fan base, I don't think it's going to have the same level of appreciation of Okada. You're not going to be. This isn't going to be Tokyo Dome shows for Okada. It's not going to be 60,000 plus in an arena for an AEW event to see him perform. It's just not going to be that.
Okay.
But NXT wasn't going to be that either. There are zero things to indicate WWE had a plan for Okada on the main roster.
Yeah, he's gonna be like AJ Styles, just jump to the main roster. Nothing.
You think?
Yeah.
I think they're going to put him in NXT.
No. I think he'll probably be in NXT just for a little bit because of. I'm not saying he don't know English, but they probably will put him there to learn more English. Not saying in a bad way, but then jump to the main roster.
Would you have main rostered Okada if you had the pencil and you're Triple H? You're signing Okada. Are you putting Okada on the main roster right now?
I would put him on the main roster right now and come in and attack Shinsuke. Or
really?
Yes. What?
So
What you want?
I would not put Okada on the main roster. Not right now.
Not right now. Okay.
There's no room for him.
That too.
There wasn't room for CM Punk. It's a good thing he got hurt.
That is a good. Yeah, that is a good thing.
If CM Punk didn't get hurt at the Royal Rumble, I don't believe Drew McIntyre re-signs his contract. There's not room for both of those guys. Right now, one of them had to be out of the picture.
You know what it is? I think the only reason why Drew signed is because he's not going to win at WrestleMania.
You don't think so?
He's going to. I think the WWE is going to let him main event WrestleMania, lose, He gets attacked by Damian Priest in Judgment Day. Damian Priest cashes in, booyah, and he goes out, see his family for like over in Ireland for like
Scotland.
My bad, Scotland. For like for like 2 months.
They're gonna come after you. They're gonna drag you in the comments, Joe.
My bad. I knew it close. It was close. That's what's gonna happen. That's the only reason why he signed, because they're gonna let main event lose and go go home to see his family for like 2 months and be like, it's an injury. He's out. And
so that's your Mania prediction? Seth beats Drew, Priest cashes in?
That's my Mania prediction.
Successful cash in or unsuccessful cash in?
Successful, because Seth needs time off. It's gonna be successful. The Judgment Day is gonna ruin WrestleMania for Drew and Seth. Well, it's gonna be good for Drew because he gets to go home and see his family for like 2 months. It's gonna be good for Seth because he finally gets the time off the heel. It's a win-win situation.
I mean, I definitely get it. I don't know if Damian Priest doesn't cash in at Mania. I don't know when he does.
He got to July 1st.
Yeah. The clock's ticking. I guess, I mean, he could cash in on Gunther. He could do that.
No. That's my prediction. It's going to be a win-win. Judgment Day going to ruin Raw WrestleMania on night 2. Night 2 is going to be Judgment Day Raw.
So, if you think that Seth Rollins loses his title on night 2 to Damian Priest cash in, what do you think happens with the Bloodline story? What do you think happens night 1? What tag team goes over? Who eats the pinfall? What main event match do we see? Do we see Bloodline rules, or do we see a fair one-on-one matchup between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes?
Okay, it's going to be Cody and Seth.
Cody and Seth are going to win it, so we're going to get a fair one-on-one matchup?
It's going to be a fair one-on-one, and that's when later that night you see the arrival of Tamaka. What's his name, right?
So you think we're going to have Jacob and Zilla Fatu debut in WWE to cost Cody that match?
Right. They're not in the bloodline. They're not in the bloodline.
I mean, I think they're on the tree. They're in the bloodline.
But everybody else knows the bloodline. Just Solo, Jimmy, the Wise Men, and Roman.
So I have my idea of how I think this goes. But before I give my idea of how I think this WrestleMania situation pans out with the tag match and the main events, I want to circle back to AEW really quick. I want to circle back to AEW Revolution, and I want to talk about that world title match at AEW. Because a couple weeks ago, we talked about this world title match, and I gave my prediction. My prediction was that Hangman Page was going to get caught in the Coquina clutch and get choked out and look at Swerve, smile, and tap out to cost Swerve that title.
It was kind of right.
I was almost exactly right.
You were almost.
He just wasn't looking at Swerve when he tapped. I totally predicted the finish of that world title match.
Yeah, you did.
Almost with 100% accuracy.
Yes,
Right?
I ain't going to deny it. It was close. It was good.
Damn
it was right there.
Close.
It was
Damn
right there.
close, man. I was right there. I almost predicted it with 100% accuracy. If someone would have wagered a large sum of money on my exact prediction, I would have made someone very, very wealthy. Now, I'm not saying that we should be working out some sort of a DraftKings or Bet Online sponsorship, but I'm just saying that in world title predictions in the last 14 days, I have predicted it with 100% accuracy of what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hell of a success rate.
Yeah.
Now, there are a lot of asterisks there for me to make that be factual, but you can do that with just about anything.
You can. Get out that slime.
Now,
Don't get on the floor.
ooh, you got slime?
Yeah, we got slime.
Nice.
Yeah.
So talking that world title matchup, and since I'm just about 100% accurate all the time, I might be a genius. I don't really know. I think about that tag match now that it's been accepted in a very convoluted SmackDown segment, which we can dig into that in a minute. I guess, or you want to dig into that now? Because
I say finish the AEW first, then we go to that.
okay, so I got the AEW thing finished. The AEW thing, that part's to bed. That world title match I thought was really good. My prediction was right. Let's look ahead at WrestleMania, and then we can circle back to how much I don't like this version of The Rock. And the fact that your sister hates The Rock. That's important for me to put out there. To a point where the heel character may have affected her opinion of the human, Dwayne Johnson. But we'll get back to that, because I agree with her pretty much 100% on how she feels. And it's not just because I'm afraid of her and I love her. It's because I think she's right. But I look at WrestleMania. I look at the tag match that was accepted. Seth accepted it. Cody's down for it. And if Seth and Cody lose, it's bloodline rules on night 2, the main event. Seth and Cody win. We get a very fair one-on-one matchup between Cody and Roman Reigns. I believe Seth and Cody lose.
Oh.
I will get to how I think they lose, but this is why I think they lose. The Rock's heavily involved in kind of everything going on around this story right now, right? No one's writing his promos. He tried to get an extra half hour of runtime on SmackDown to run over for the promo segment. That there's video of the cameraman telling him to wrap it up. There was supposed to be a huge brawl at the end, but it couldn't happen. They couldn't get the extra TV time. But The Rock's calling a lot of shots with his executive spot on the board in TKO to influence WWE. Mm-hmm. What's The Rock's bread and butter? It's the Attitude Era, right? It's very convoluted, overbooked main events with tons of outside interference, no DQ matches, weapons, all these people in and out, and near pinfalls, screw job. That's the Attitude Era. Yay! What about the Attitude Era? Everything was the same. So they're not going to book a fair one-on-one matchup. Cody and Roman aren't going to wrestle some 60-minute draw at WrestleMania Night 2. It's not going to happen. So here's what I think is going to happen. I think Night 1, Roman Reigns and The Rock versus Cody and Seth Rollins. Seth turns on Cody Rhodes. I don't even think we get the match. I think that Seth and Cody enter first. I think The Rock enters. I think that takes 15, 20 minutes. I think Roman enters, and I think that takes another 15 or 20 minutes. And I think The Rock and Roman stand on the outside of the ring, staring at Cody and Seth, while Solo Sikoa comes along the backside of the ring and slides Seth a chair and slides him a chair, and Seth Rollins lays into Cody Rhodes with that steel chair and works him over, tells the ref, ring the bell, and the Rock pins Cody Rhodes. 1, 2, 3. Bloodline rules, night 2. Now that opens up a lot of options for Bloodline rules in night 2. Tons of interference from the Bloodline. You could easily work out Cody losing, because I will ask you this after I finish this. So you could tons of that Bloodline interference, and you could have something happen where The Rock tries to interfere and screws it up and cost Roman the title. That sets us up on our path to get Rock versus Roman, because we got to get The Rock versus Roman. Got 2 questions for you.
All right.
First question. Put this on our Instagram page. Let me check this out really quick, so this way I can get the numbers correct. Do. Where'd it go? Well, my question is Cody the guy to beat Roman Reigns right now? So right now, Roman is on track to to tie Hulk Hogan. We're 187 days away from him tying Hogan.
187.
Do we really let Roman Reigns get this close to Hogan's record without him surpassing Hulk Hogan's record? Does Cody beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania?
Still stand by what I said. No.
Cody never wins. That's your stance.
I'm still standing by it.
All right. So we get the Bloodline rules. There's an avenue for Cody to easily take defeat, and it doesn't hurt him at all. Bloodline overpowers him, numbers game, whatever it may be. So do you still agree, though, we got to get The Rock versus Roman? Whether that be, I don't feel like that's a SummerSlam main event. I feel like that's WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas.
Yeah. Of course.
Who's the heel? Who's the babyface? 2 months ago, Roman Reigns was the heel, Rock was the babyface. Whenever this happens, can The Rock be a babyface again? Or would Roman Reigns be the babyface and The Rock would be the heel?
As of right now, you would say Roman somewhat the babyface. Somewhat the babyface. Somewhat the babyface. He still got that ego, arrogance that you want to hate him, but he's still the babyface in it. The Rock, he definitely turned himself a heel, calling out everybody in the hometown like he used to do back in the Attitude Era. Got the little gold vest and everything like he did. So, yeah.
So, while you're talking about him doing all the Attitude Era stuff, do you think the heel Rock character we're getting right now fits? Are you digging it? Are you enjoying heel Rock right now?
Not when he does. Not when he comes out and just starts showing his arm like he got goosebumps. He keeps saying goosebumps.
It's funny, you know. Your sister made fun of that too. She's like, "Of course he has goosebumps. He's tickling his own arm."
Yeah. Not when he does that.
She just now said that's the stupidest shit ever.
Hey, tell her
I didn't notice he was fondling himself. I didn't notice it.
No, okay. If you notice, when every time he comes out to the ring, when he was good guy. He always looked at like Goosebumps, and then boom, he was a babyface. But now he's doing it as a heel, like Goosebumps, and smiling and walking to the ring, then trying to put the little heel face on.
Yeah. I think the whole thing's a little difficult for The Rock because he's still trying to, once the show's over, he's still interacting with the fans and trying to be the good guy. I I will probably until the end of time pop a little bit when The Rock does an entrance. It's nostalgia. Nostalgia is a powerful thing. It's a hell of a drug. If that glass were to shatter and Steve Austin's music would hit on any show at any point in time, there's a good possibility I'm jumping out my seat with a broken foot. Let's hope not, because there's no way your sister wants to take me back to the ER. But
I'm sure I'm sure she'll understand that reason why your foot broke.
Yeah.
She'll be fine with that.
Man, I don't like the heel Rock right now. And it's not that I dislike it because it's good heel work. It's not that the heel work is bad. It's that the heel work is dated. And I don't think it necessarily works in WWE 2024. WWE 1998, man, you can talk about slapping the herpes off someone's lip. You can fat shame them. You can do all these things. In 2024, post Vinnie Mac scandal, I don't think you should really be doing that. Not just because of the scandal, but it doesn't fit. We're in the era of real, and not real like how it was hardcore was real. We're in the era of casual talking shit. Like, Roman Reigns is so much better on the mic as the tribal chief Chill Roman than The Rock is doing Grandpa Versace. His shtick that he's doing, it doesn't work anymore. Even the lines that are funny don't fit. He's a square peg in a round hole with this shit.
Please. You said that the brownie good though. Get your butt out of here.
Put your leg up. Don't you be my plastic car.
Girl, I ain't no damn
Come on.
It's great watching Joe be harassed by his daughter. It's one of my favorite pastimes. I look forward to it every Sunday.
Every other Sunday. Let's keep that in mind. Every other Sunday. So next Sunday it won't happen. Okay. But yeah. But at least he can still do jabroni. He can say the jabroni perfect. He can call the crowds out perfect. But yeah, I agree with you.
Do you think that at this stage, Dwayne Johnson should be making fun of the crowd? Shouldn't the character be above that?
Well, he's doing it in a way because you gotta remember he's still part of TKO in the management part.
So that's why I think he shouldn't be doing it. I think he shouldn't be making fun of the crowd because he is a chairman he is an executive on the board for TKO. And I think that should be the heel shtick. Not the I'm your boss and you're going to do what I tell you to do, because as your sister has said, that kind of shit's kind of what got Vince in trouble. So we probably shouldn't call that back. But he could easily just be like, listen, I'm on the board. I make the matches. Listen, I'm on the board. I'm not going to make fun of the crowd. I got more money than all these people. I'm not going to stoop to your level, Cody. I could buy. I could pay your contract out and make you sit at home so I could have the WrestleMania match. That should be the shtick. It shouldn't be the Versace vest. That no one's ever wore that. The Rock is the only human being who's ever wore that thing. Like, I've never seen somebody else wear that, except for some wannabe tough guy UFC fighter who wants to be Conor McGregor but will never be that, trying to pretend he's a tough guy. Some kind of shit like that. But The Rock doing heel Rock from the 90s and the Attitude Era it doesn't fit. It feels icky. And I understand they want to hook these lapsed fans from the Attitude Era days and bring people back. We don't need those people. We don't need those fans. Because whenever you bring back those fans who their mentality hasn't evolved, who want to try to live their life through The Rock calling people jabronis because, yeah, let's face it, you got a lot of middle-aged dudes out there who always lived their life through somebody else on TV doing a thing they couldn't do. They're going to want to try to live through The Rock again, and they're going to eventually want WWE to be what it was in the 90s. And the reality is most of the Attitude Era sucked. We don't need the era of brawn panties matches and divas and every third match is a hardcore hit somebody with a trash can. They put Buff Bagwell's mom on a forklift, and we don't need all that dumb shit from the Attitude Era coming back because we're going to end up with dumb shit fans coming back to watch The Rock raise his eyebrow and do another concert.
It's funny you said that because the other day I was watching one of the clips on YouTube how they said what matches would never be brought back, and they said bra and panty matches would never be brought back to the new WWE.
You think they wouldn't? But I also didn't think Roman Reigns would call Seth Rollins a crossdresser either. I feel like you probably shouldn't be doing that in 2024.
I think this when he comes back, he's gonna get rid of that outfit, them crazy outfits.
I think whenever we get the turn on Cody Rhodes and we get the evil, villainous Seth Rollins again, man, as much as I want Cody to win, and I want Cody to win, I've always wanted Cody to win this. I've also always said, I don't think he's the guy who's supposed to. It should be Seth. Seth should be the guy to end Roman's reign.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else makes more sense than that. It makes more sense than Jay doing it. It certainly makes more sense than Cody doing it. The math works out because then you could have gotten the belt off of Seth and onto Cody because Roman's never beat Seth. Seth's never beat Cody. Wrestling math. The whole thing would work. Where that puts The Rock at, I don't know. And I kind of don't care. I feel like I'm the oddity as far as wrestling nerds go for not really being that into The Rock doing this whole shtick.
Mm-hmm.
I almost feel like they shouldn't have changed course. I almost feel like they should have left The Rock as the face and just gone ahead and given us Rock and Roman at WrestleMania.
They should have just did that. That would have been way better. Rock and Roman.
I'm not saying it would have been better because I don't think it would have been better. I don't think that's what should have happened. But I think since they introduced it, it would have been the better route to go than to turn Rock heel. Because I think what's going to happen is, in your attempt to bring casuals back for a year, you're going to alienate people who've been down for 5 years and been invested and are tuning in every week. They're not just tuning in to see The Rock. They're tuning in to see everybody.
Hold up. This crazy mind just thought of something. What if that bloodline rules turns into a triple threat with The Rock, Roman, and Cody?
Then who wins? Rock eats the pinfall?
Yeah.
Do you think we have time to turn that into a triple threat? We're less than 40 days away.
They never said what the concept of bloodline rules is.
They said it was anything goes. No disqualifications. You're right. I guess The Rock can make up whatever that is whenever he wants. He can make it be a triple threat match if he needed to. I feel like that'll piss so many people off, though.
That's the point of it. That's the point of the heel. Make people mad. You still gonna get the
That's
money
true.
for it.
That is the point of the heel, to make people mad. And The Rock has certainly been making people mad. I think that, and that could work. Rock gets the pin, Cody gets the belt, sets up Rock versus Roman in time.
Roman's still gonna come out with the belt. I don't know. Roman's still gonna win that belt, keep that belt.
Does Roman pin The Rock?
If I did it my way, this was gonna happen. Let's say The Rock did the rock bottom on Cody 3 times. Then bam, Roman spears him after he did the 3rd one, right there in the air. Boom, pin. Then there's your setup for Roman versus Rock.
That would work. That would definitely work. Yeah, it would work. When would you do Roman versus Rock then? Next year, WrestleMania? Or SummerSlam in Cleveland?
Supposedly, he's supposed to be advertised for the Saudi Arabia show.
Well, they want him for Saudi. The government of Saudi Arabia, their sports council, whatever it's called, are heavily pushing WWE to figure out how to get The Rock on that show.
There you go. Rock and Roman.
I would imagine what they want on that show is The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. I personally don't think you involve Stone Cold in this in any capacity. I've seen a lot of talk online where people think that Austin should be involved in helping Cody out against the Bloodline. I totally disagree. I think the spot for Austin, if you're going to make a spot for Austin at Mania, is he should be the guest on the Grayson Waller effect. And you can do something with him and Grayson Waller and Austin Theory because, well, Austin and Austin Theory have history.
But
You
Austin does.
You could do Steve Austin and Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory and Grayson Waller.
That already happened. Nah, Pat McAfee Austin. Nah,
Do it again.
Nah,
No, none of that existed. Vince was involved in all of that, so none of it ever happened.
Well, I'd rather see Austin Theory and them get a win over Pat McAfee.
Yeah. I like Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, but I've always been an Austin Theory fan. Even whenever people like you said his cash-in was them burying him and they were never going to do nothing with him again.
No, I never said that. I said I liked it. I liked the theory. I just hated how they did the cash-in on the U.S. title.
I thought it was a great thing to get rid of that briefcase and let him move forward. But, man, what do you think of Sting's last match?
He went out with a bang. That's all I can say. He went out, and he went out. He should have did it singles. Tell you the truth, he should have did it in a singles match instead of tag team. But I get the whole tag team because he's up there. He can't function by himself that much anymore. So I get the tag team. But I really think he should have did it a single. Like I would have said Sting versus Jericho.
He could have done that, yeah. I like the tag match. I like the way they did it. I liked all the crazy spots. I do think Darby didn't need to do that glass spot, but damn, it was cool to see. And I totally get his logic. He wanted to go. He wanted Sting's last match to have tons of memorable stuff in it because he didn't know. He wasn't aware. So He had no idea the Jay White match was going to be made for Dynamite this Wednesday.
Really?
Yep. He thought that after Sting's final match, he thought he had nothing booked in AEW, is my understanding. That he had clear that he was going to do that match, and then he would do the spot where he relinquishes the titles, and then he would be off TV because he's going to go and climb Everest. So he wrestled that match with Sting with the idea in his head that there was a possibility that that was also his last match if he was going to die climbing Mount Everest. So I get his thought process, and then Tony Khan springs it on him that he's going to be wrestling Jay White at Big Business, and he had no clue. He thought he would be dropping the titles, and they announced the tournament. He didn't know he was going to be wrestling another match.
Damn, I didn't know it. Damn, okay, I didn't know it neither. Yeah.
So I get why he pulled out all the stops. I think it was risky, but they did tons of testing with stunt coordinators and rehearsals, and they mitigated the risk as much as possible. Um,
Okay.
so Kenny Omega's fired. Hangman Page is suspended. We have
Why did they suspend him? I didn't get that whole
because
philosophy.
he assaulted two officials in the triple threat match.
Oh, okay.
Now we have Okada, part of the Elite. How do you feel about how they've introduced Okada?
Could have been a little bit better. But
How do you feel about the Okada probably going to be feuding with Eddie Kingston
that's
for that Triple Crown?
That's stupid.
I think it will be awesome to see Okada having those three titles. Eddie Kingston's grown on me. I really like Eddie, but if you're going to have Okada and Eddie Kingston battle for that Triple Crown, Okada should win that Triple Crown, just so you can have the AEW graphics of Okada carrying three titles
I think it's
across three brands: Ring of Honor, AEW, and New Japan. A title for all three brands.
It shouldn't be Eddie Kingston. It shouldn't be Eddie Kingston just yet. It should have been somebody better.
Somebody better. Eddie's got three titles.
No, but Okada gonna knock him out like within 15 minutes, 19 minutes.
You don't think Eddie's going to have a good match with Okada?
I think Eddie gonna go look out. He gonna have a good match, but he gonna look good versus this. He's gonna look like Eddie Kingston.
How do you think they'll book it? Will they book Eddie Kingston to look weak against Okada? I don't think they will. I don't think you think Okada's going to make Eddie Kingston look like an amateur.
Yeah.
And I think they'll book Eddie to look strong. How they book Eddie to look strong against Okada, I don't know. But I think they'll book Eddie to look strong. I don't think they'll let it be. It won't be a squash. It won't be Okada putting on a clinic. Man, I guess you could book it that way, but I don't think they will. They don't want Eddie to look weak.
I don't think it happened that way. I think Eddie gonna do some good runs in the match, but then it's gonna go downhill. They're gonna show the world what Okada's like to the fans that don't know who he is.
Well, I think they're going to be getting that soon. I mean, like I said, when we kick things off, AEW's got four of the best wrestlers that's ever wrestled. Under contract, we got Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, Okada, Bryan Danielson. We're going to be setting up the feud. We already got it set up. Ospreay, Bryan Danielson. We don't have a timeline for Kenny Omega returning.
I think Kenny coming
back
in the summer Summertime.
Maybe. That's a maybe.
Maybe.
So
Fall.
if we do, man, that's great. I hope we get Kenny back just at some point.
I say fall time.
And maybe we can do the Okada Omega trilogy again.
I think Omega can't do the moves no more. He got to the point in life he can't do the high flying moves no more. I feel bad for him.
He doesn't have to. He can change his style. Look, man, Steve Austin went from modeling his career after Ric Flair and Ricky Steamboat to becoming the brawler, ass kicker, Luthez press, Stone Cold Stunner guy after Owen broke his neck. That's an important thing to just drop in there. Owen Hart botched the move that broke Steve Austin's neck and almost cost us Steve Austin. It actually did cost us Steve Austin when he had to step away. So praise the guy all you want because he's dead, but nobody ever bought a damn Blue Blazer T-shirt. Hey, WWE used to sell Owen Hart, King of Hearts shirts in the WWF magazine back in the day, and didn't anybody buy one? Nobody bought one of those. Never seen anybody wear one. Go back on Peacock, watch old episodes of Superstars, and not a single person in the crowd rocking an Owen Hart shirt. So,
my mom wanted to buy one, so I got an excuse.
You would not have bought no Owen. You were not an Owen Hart fan in 1993.
I did like Owen Hart. I did.
He was good in the ring, but man, I don't know. People like Owen Hart a lot more since he died than people liked Owen Hart whenever he was alive.
That's how it goes.
But I don't know. I hope Kenny can come back and do something.
He just needs to come back, cut off the little dive, suicide dive over the rope.
Yeah, his dive probably needs to go. That thing is risky.
That look, it's nice. I like it. It's cool, but I think it's like it's retirement time for it. Like it
might be unnecessary.
I think he might need to come up with a better move than the one angel wing.
You don't like the one-winged angel?
I like it, but I think it'd be better if he got something different. Got a new move that make it be easier on him than lifting somebody up over their head. Make it so that he won't injure himself anymore, and it's like lower back.
What would
back and everything.
you give him?
I don't know.
Tiger Driver 98?
I don't know.
I'd give him Tiger. I mean, if you're gonna take away the one-winged angel is great though. It was such a protected move for so long. Ospreay does a great Tiger Driver 98 though. So I don't know if you can give it to Kenny.
I don't know. I'll just figure maybe just another move to help him out with his arsenal.
I think Okada's probably going to need a different finisher than the Rainmaker. I don't think the Rainmaker is going to connect with an American audience.
He did that, and I was like, oh. And you can look in the crowd. The crowd was like, oh, like that's it.
Man. Well, I like that they're going to have Okada feud with Pac also, because at least Okada looks gigantic next to Pac. Not that Okada's a small human, but he doesn't look big compared to most guys. He looked big compared to Pac, and that will make the Rainmaker look impressive to an American audience. And it takes a lot to sell a lariat as your finisher. Very few men have been able to do it. You had modern day, it's only Okada. You circle back a few years, Bradshaw, Clothesline from Hell. That will be the only nice thing I ever say about John Bradshaw Layfield. JBL, I'll never say another nice thing, but Clothesline from Hell, great finisher, great way for our Clothesline to be your finisher. I'll never say another nice thing about that man.
Hey, that Clothesline, that was the best move ever. Believable.
Yeah. Then you got Stan Hansen, and you got Nikita Koloff. Jake had the short arm clothesline as a setup to the DDT, but other than that, man, I don't think nobody else is selling no one no one else is going to get a clothesline over as a finisher. And I don't know if Okada can do it in America.
No, it looked kind of weak when I seen it last night. It didn't look that great. It like he just ran. He didn't run with full force. He just
you got to have the right opponent to sell a clothesline and make it look like you could finish him off with it. So, I don't know. Kenny always sold the Rainmaker well. I'm sure Hangman could. Eddie's not gonna.
no.
It's gonna look stupid if he hits Eddie with the Rainmaker.
That's what I said. It's going.
Because Eddie can't sell. I mean, it's not a knock. It's just that's not how Eddie sells. Eddie doesn't flippy floppy sell a move, so he can't make the Rainmaker look how it needs to look. So I don't know what you give Okada. I don't know.
Submission move. Submission win. Submission.
Why do you want the Japanese dude to have a submission move, Joe? That's racist.
I'm just saying if he can't. I'm saying for Eddie, beat Eddie doing submission. If he can't, if you don't want to do the Rainmaker, do submission.
Man,
Because he really can't.
I would give him a set out Tombstone. Even though I hate that hard that a set out Tombstone hurt Stone Cold, you give Okada a set out Tombstone.
Nah, I'll do submission.
You could do a power
submission move.
driver. It's been a long time since somebody's had a power driver as a finishing move. Give Okada a good gotcha style power driver.
Okay.
That'd be cool.
That would.
Oh man, package powerbomb. Imagine Okada hit Eddie Kingston with a package powerbomb. No one in AEW uses the package powerbomb for anything.
Or maybe what he put the one wing angel on Eddie just to start a feud when he gets back.
That might be it. Okada finishes Eddie off with a one-wing angel, taking a shot at Kenny Omega with the Bucks out there cheering him on. Yeah, that'd be the way to do it. What are your predictions for this week, Joe? Anything? You got any predictions?
Prediction. I'm gonna say whatever segment the Rock's on again. You're gonna see another 20-minute promo. 20-minute promo.
So you got The Rock with a 20-minute promo.
You're gonna see.
I think your sister just threw up thinking about The Rock doing another 20-minute promo.
Tell her just get some Pepto Bismol to be all right. I'm gonna say Chad Gable win the little gauntlet match tomorrow night.
Let's hope. Chad Gable should beat Gunther at WrestleMania.
That's my prediction right there, Chad. And I'm gonna say Seth and Cody come out Monday talking about about the slap. The slap heard around the world.
There's a lot of slapping happening in WWE right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're setting up for integration with Power Slap. Who knows?
And last but not least, I'm going to say the GOAT himself comes out and challenges somebody.
Your sister wants one of the guys from Power Slap to cross over in the WWE and slap the shit out of The Rock.
Tell her, oh look, tell her to go sit down. She don't know what she's talking about. Go.
I'm not telling her to go sit down because she don't know what she's talking about. That's on you. You can get your ass kicked. I'm not getting slapped. Joe, who was your wrestler of the week?
Oh, about that.
Wrestler of the week brought to you today by Loco Lucha.
About that. I had 5.
Want me to go first?
I had 5 people, so
you
go ahead. Go ahead.
Ooh, it's just because you didn't do your homework. You have 5 options for your wrestler of the week. Jesus Christ!
5 good
what do you have? Everyone from Collision? I'll give you mine. I'll give you my pick for my wrestler of the week. I'm not including Revolution because it's unfair if I include Revolution. It was still part of this week because it's Sunday to Sunday, but Revolution, my default would be to it would be Sting. So I'm taking Revolution out of my pick, and my wrestler of the week is Mark Briscoe. That match last night in Collision was ridiculous.
It was.
Um, tipping my hat to Malachi Black for putting out that flame that got stuck to Mark Briscoe. Good awareness there. But why are they trying to kill Mark Briscoe? What the hell was with that match?
Hey, anything goes.
On paper, that was a throwaway match on Collision, and then that match just delivered.
It was good, though. I ain't gonna lie. It was good. It was good.
It was stupid good. It wasn't. That match had no business being that enjoyable to watch and having so many high spots and so many things are like, oh, that's spot of the week. Up, spot of the week. Up, spot. Oh shit, I think he's dead. Like, it's the Mark Briscoe watched Darby Allin at Revolution and just said, "Hold my beer. Like, let me go see if I can outdo this without a ladder." Like,
mm-hmm. Yeah, that was okay.
Hey man, Collision was a great show last night. Big shout out to Shane Taylor. Kicked off the show. Bryan Danielson in there, one of the best to ever do it, and man, it's a great match.
Yep. All right. So I did my homework. I was doing hard between 5 people that I thought were really good. Really, really, really good. But the one that really caught my honorable mention goes after Dominic Mysterio. He was in the top 5. He was in there, but he was in there for me. But the one that got my eye this week, if I say his name right, Finch, who fought Will Ospreay on Dynamite.
Oh, Kyle Fletcher.
Fletcher, there we go. Fletcher.
Yeah. Man, that match was really good too. It's interesting. I feel like Will Ospreay at this point just has a style of match that is a Will Ospreay match, and whoever he's in there with, they have a Will Ospreay match together, and it's just I don't know how many stars Dave Meltzer has left to give people, but he may as well just mail them all to Will Ospreay, because I think Will Ospreay is making it a point to really just show out and show up every time he's put on AEW TV right now.
If I'm right, I believe Dave Meltzer gave Will Ospreay a total of 26 stars.
That's a lot of stars.
Yes. And the only reason why I know one was 26 because he gave him one of the matches he had, he gave him 6 stars. I forget what match it was.
Yeah, I don't remember which one. I know he did get a 6-star match. I think those are some good picks for our wrestlers of the week. I think this week we'll keep building some stuff. As of course, building toward WrestleMania. I hope we're starting to fill in the undercard a little bit. We'll get an idea of who's going to face Gunther. I think we'll see who maybe we'll work some LWO stuff later this week. See who Ray's going to face and how that's going to pan out. I don't know, man. It's just a great time to be a wrestling fan. I think AEW has got back way on track. Things seem great. I thought Dynamite was a great show. I thought Collision was a great show. I hear Rampage was a great show. I have not yet watched Rampage.
Oh, I also heard that it's supposed to be The Miz and R-Truth versus Judgment Day at WrestleMania for the belts.
That would be cool. That'd be real cool. Tomorrow, 6 p.m. live on Instagram, BKFC fighter Jeremiah Riggs will be joining me. Interview, talk about his very quick knockout, Prospect Series in Canada a couple weeks ago. We'll have that. We'll have some more interviews coming up soon. Joe, tell the people where they can find us.
Okay, well, Google Play is no more, y'all, so I'm very sorry for that. RIP to it.
Yeah, Google Podcast is dead.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still haven't. I forgot to look to see how to get the podcast onto YouTube Music. I guess I'll have to figure that out. Maybe I'll figure that out tomorrow.
Yeah, so all your little podcast locations: Spotify, Rumble, YouTube Music, Apple Music, and what? Let's see where. And at Kids YouTube Music, you can find it at.
There we go. Everyone, thanks for checking us out live on Instagram. We appreciate it. Anyone who has donated to our fundraiser to Tap Cancer Out, we appreciate it. And if you like card games and you like pro wrestling, check out local luchas. My daughter's birthday party was today. Played this with her boyfriend, my niece, and my nephew, and everyone enjoyed it.
Okay.
It's a good time. We did give out a deck to one of our listeners. AJ won a deck, so that'll get out to him soon. And thank you guys for checking us out. And we'll be back maybe later. I'll be back tomorrow with Jeremiah Riggs. Maybe me and Joe get together later in the week. We'll see what happens. Joe, thank you. Thank you for your Wrestler of the Week. I hope Mark Briscoe's good. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
All right.
We're out.
See ya.